Hey brother, welcome back to the Happy Man Coaching channel. I'm your Happy Man coach, Charlie McKeever, and in my last video titled Why Women Avoid Accountability, I talked a lot about the general nature of a female. Now you can agree with those things, don't agree with those things. I listed some references to research materials and workshops that have been given on this topic. But in this video, I just want to give a footnote as to why these things are important. Why should you, as a man, go out and try to better understand the feminine, to better understand females? Aren't we here to do men's work, to understand ourselves, to get in touch with the masculine and know how to be a man in the modern age? And I got to say, that is part of what we're doing here. When we look at the nature of a female, we are actually finding a reference point for ourselves about who we want to be, how we want to show up and interact with the world. Females, the nature, our work, our mission and purpose in life. We want to get a better understanding of ourselves. And we don't live in a bubble. We don't live in a vacuum. We live in a world where there are things outside of us. And then we have to make sure that we reconcile what's outside of us with what's inside of us. Our beliefs, our thoughts, our expectations. And that's why I made that video was to let you know that when you have expectations of her, how she's supposed to be, how she's supposed to behave, that's fertile ground for disappointment. It's fertile ground for confusion, for resentment. Expectation sets up a certain framework in which we think that things are supposed to be, how they're supposed to be, what's supposed to happen, how she's supposed to behave, how she's supposed to think, how she's supposed to act. And that sets up a framework in which we become disappointed, we become frustrated, we become confused. Things don't make sense. I spend a lot of time on phone calls with men hearing things like, well, she's not, and if she would just, and if she would only. And they're so incredibly fixated and focused on her because they believe that their well-being lies in her, that if she's happy, then they'll be okay. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, if mama ain't happy, ain't nobody happy, or happy wife, happy life. And those are cute phrases, but what they do is they set us up for failure. They set us up for trying to make her happy, to please her. And then we have these expectations of how things are supposed to go, how she's supposed to be. But when we learn the true nature of a female, we learn that she is similar to us in human characteristics, but she also has her own reference point to the world as a female, that things start to make a lot more sense. And our expectations go away, and our confusion goes away, and our frustration goes away, and our non-acceptance goes away. And we are actually able to accept her as she is and love her, and be able to set up healthy boundaries for ourselves, be able to say who we are and what we believe in, and what we'll agree to and what we won't agree to. We're actually able to be able to manage ourselves better because we're not trying to please her all the time, and we're not frustrated by an inaccurate expectation that she's going to be exactly like us, that she's going to think like us, that she's going to have the same reference point, that she's going to relate to the world in the same way that we do as a man. It just doesn't make any sense. When you start saying these things out loud, you start realizing that, oh yeah, why would she think that? Why would she do that if she doesn't have those same reference points as we do as a man? If she doesn't have those same directives, those same biological inheritance that we have as a man. So once we start really letting go of our own expectations, we stop hurting ourselves. And this is what I want to talk to you about. I want to hear what it is that you think that she should be doing, she shouldn't be doing. What is it about her that confuses you, frustrates you, makes you resentful, makes you feel like you're alone in the relationship, like you're showing up and trying to make her happy, but it's not being reciprocated. She's not turning around and trying to make you happy. Let's talk about it, because I can guarantee you, once you surface those, once you examine those, and once you have a better insight about what's really going on versus what you think should be going on, then a lot of the frustration starts to die away. And I can guarantee you, she feels it. She feels the non-acceptance, and it doesn't feel very loving to her. It doesn't feel very safe, and she doesn't like it. This is one of the reasons why she's pushing away. This is one of the reasons why she's disconnected. And we don't realize how much we contribute to that by our expectations. So let's set up a phone call to talk about that. I want to hear what's going on with you. Go to happymancoaching.com, click on the contact tab, fill out the form that's there. Let's get to know each other. Tell me about yourself. And then let's set up a phone call and talk with each other for a while. And let's see what we can do together. We can unravel this hairball together, and I guarantee you it will improve your relationship. In fact, you'll probably have a better relationship than you've ever had before because you won't be needing her to be different for you to be okay. All right, that's all I have for you today. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon.